things that we know now that are linked to poor gut health are things like anxiety, depression, brain fog, mood instability. Your ability to handle stress is severely compromised when your gut health is poor. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to A Sober Mind. I'm your host, Coach O. Since I've started this podcast, I've noticed I spent a lot of time just reflecting on my experience drinking alcohol and on my sobriety journey ever since, which is going on about 5.5 years now. Just knowing how important gut health is to the brain. Like, had I known then what I know now, would I have still decided to consume alcohol? I don't think so. But this was my journey. So one of the things that has been on my mind has been the gut microbiome, and by now, I think most of you are probably aware of it. It's been a hot topic here for the past several years. But basically, our gut is made up of good bacteria and bad bacteria, and they're kind of always fighting. And so every decision to consume alcohol is a decision to tip the favor in the odds of the bad bacteria. The gut and the brain are in constant communication with each other via something called the gut-brain axis. Nerves, chemical messengers, hormones are sent back and forth. And serotonin is the chemical in us that's responsible for like calmness, mood regulating, and most of the serotonin in your body is created in the gut, not the brain. What does that mean for your brain, for your body? When gut health is compromised, your ability to handle stress is severely compromised. Your ability to regulate your mood, things like anxiety and depression start to come about. Let's talk about what alcohol does to the gut. Alcohol destroys the gut lining. It kills the good bacteria in your gut, and it feeds those bad strains of bacteria, which often lead to gassiness, bloating. It's an allergic reaction where your gut just protrudes. Consuming alcohol also leads to leaky gut, which allows for those inflammatory compounds to get into the bloodstream. Alcohol just destroys the gut. And when the gut suffers, the brain suffers in the form of anxiety, depression, brain fog, lack of clarity and focus. The good news is that all of those symptoms from poor gut health are reversible. You have to create the environment for your gut to heal and to thrive. And our bodies are amazing. God has created our bodies in such a way that they have the ability to heal. But we do have to create the right environment for our bodies to heal. And so the first step is to remove alcohol, remove the poison, the toxin. Then we can start to restore the gut and to create an environment that's healthy for the gut. We do that with a variety of fruit and vegetables because they provide fiber, and fiber is what the good bacteria in our gut will feed off of. The phytonutrients, the antioxidants, these things that fight and calm inflammation. Other foods that are beneficial to the gut, like kefir, fermented foods like kimchi, cabbage, these foods are very beneficial for the good bacteria in our gut. And so when you do that, not only do you get sober, but your gut is restored. And when your gut is restored, then you start to experience that mental clarity, sharper focus, just a more vibrant, healthier body. Pay attention to how you feel when you eat certain foods. People so I'm a trainer, and a lot of times my clients will look at me now and they were like, oh, it's easy for you to say. And I think they have this perception of me as if like I've always eaten healthy, and that's not the case, right? I have always been an athlete. I played basketball and other sports since I was a kid. So being active was one thing. And the other thing that is true is I was fortunate to be able to pinpoint how fast foods, ultra processed foods, I was able to pinpoint how they made me feel at a very early age. I think I say somewhere in high school is when I started to really notice. And I credit my parents a lot with that because we cooked at home more than we ate out. And I think that provided a contrast for me to compare to, like how I felt when I ate home cooked food and how I felt when I ate out fast food. I'm gonna try to not name names of any fast food companies here, but I did. And then being an athlete on top of that helped me to really feel what those foods did for me or how they worked against me. And so what I noticed is that when I eat fast food, I get full and I get sluggish and I didn't really feel energized. And so my body wasn't getting what it truly needed for me to go and train and practice and play in these games. And so but I noticed a lot more energy when I was eating whole foods, when I was hydrated. So I just started paying. I was fortunate to start paying closer attention to what I consume at a young age, and that's why I harp on this a lot with my clients. I think it's very important that you become more aware and more intentional about everything that you consume because it has an effect more than on your body composition. It has effect on your brain, your thinking. That's our behavior. If your thoughts are foggy and you lack clarity, then it changes your behavior, right? It changes how you operate. I work with a lot of business owners, lawyers, consultants, entrepreneurs, people that experience a lot of stress in their work. And a way to combat that is to be good to your gut, to eat as healthy as possible because your ability to handle stress depends on it. Like your business depends on it. The people that work for you depend on it. And so adopting a healthier lifestyle not only is good for you and your body and your mind, but it's good for your business, it's good for your family. So I just feel like you have every reason in the world to really start to pay more attention to what you are consuming. I think back to the years that I was binge drinking every other weekend or something like that, and just the damage that it did to my gut. It's alarming, and I'm grateful to have restored my gut health and my vibrance, and I feel like I'm living life much clearer now. And so removing alcohol is a necessity. And I'm not sitting here telling like you what to do, but I'm telling you like this is my thought process and it's just what has worked for me. I have no desire to have alcohol in my life ever again. And I feel like my life is better without it. I'm more engaging. I connect better with people. I attribute a lot of it just to the simple removal of the poison that was in my life. So I hope this was helpful for you all. If you know anyone that you feel like this will be helpful for, anyone that you think will be interested, just share it with them. I appreciate y'all watching so much. Please like and subscribe. And I look forward to providing more practical tools to help people live a more intentional and sober life. All right. Thanks, y'all. See you next time. Peace.